Her years of working was from 1918 through 2020. She has many other titles, such as mathematician, space program trailblazer, human computer, Medal of Freedom recipient, and an inspiration to women in STEM. Young Johnson was quoted, "I counted everything." She then said later, "Anything that could be counted, I did." Her father and mother, Joshua Joylett, provided every opportunity to develop her God-given talents. In age of segregation, West Virginia was less aggressively racist than the states in the South. She traveled 120 miles away for an education beyond the 8th grade. Her father made the drive regularly. Johnson's high school and college education at a historically black Virginia State College. Johnson swept through her undergraduate math courses with ease. Professor W. Shiflin Claytor became Katherine Johnson's mentor. Became Katherine Johnson's mentor and showed her a way to a potential career in mathematics. Over 70 years later, Johnson would reflect on the challenges she faced in the Jim Crow era, especially the segregationist laws that were placed on her education. In 1896, the Supreme Court legalized separate but equal facilities that are segregated by race, but everybody knew that separate also meant unequal. Catherine and James had 3 daughters, Constance, Joylett, and Catherine, all of whom were encouraged to value math and science by their parents. Johnson worked as a school teacher in her early years. In 1952, Johnson started employment at the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics at Langley Memorial Aeronautical Laboratory in Virginia as a black mathematician. Johnson joined the pool of computers. She joined the pool of computers at Langley in summer of 1953. The Soviet Union in 1957 launched the first ever satellite, Sputnik 1, into Earth's orbit. In response, NACA became the National Aeronautics and Space Engineering Administration and became desegregated. Johnson began work at NASA as an aerospace technologist on Project Mercury, dedicated to human spaceflight. At NACA, Johnson reported to Dorothy Vaughan, the head of Langley's West Area for Black Computers. After 2 weeks, Johnson was assigned to the Guidance and Control Branch, a team of white male engineers. On her first day, Johnson caught a miscalculation in her colleagues' work. She quickly became a permanent part of the team. Mercury's mission was to put a manned spaceflight into Earth's orbit. Johnson's knowledge of analytic geometry charted a safe path into orbit and back. She co-authored a technical paper on satellite positioning, the first of many she wrote for NASA. On April 12, 1961, Vostok 1, piloted by cosmonaut Yuri G. He became the first man in space. Now the pressure was on for NASA to put the first American in space. Alan Shepard was chosen. Johnson calculated the trajectories for his spaceflight. The trajectory was a parabola for calculating the flight path. Newer computers were programmed with necessary equations to guide spacecraft trajectories. John and Glenn wanted a human to double-check the calculations. "Get the girl," he said. "If she says they're good, then I'm ready to go." The girl was Johnson, who verified the computer software with her desktop calculator. Glenn's flight was a success. He orbited Earth 3 times before splashing down into the Atlantic. In the Space Mechanics Division, Johnson calculated Apollo 11's successful moon landing on July 20th, 1969. Her calculations helped synchronize the lunar lander with the command module orbiting the moon. Johnson's trajectory calculations for Apollo 11 was one of her greatest professional accomplishments. Johnson worked on many projects for NASA until her retirement in 1986. For 33 years, she later recalled, "I went to work happy every day." Hidden Figures is a book about NASA black female computers. Katherine Johnson, mathematician Dorothy Vaughan, and aerospace engineer Mary Jackson. The film adaptation of Hidden Figures was developed and released with the book and included the usual dramatic license. At the 2017 Oscars, Johnson was awarded for Best Documentary and was escorted by the stars of the movie and African-American astronaut Yvonne Cackle. Katherine Johnson was born into an America where state-sanctioned racism was accepted as normal, women were discouraged if not barred from STEM fields, and ideas of space travel seemed like just a fantasy. In a 2018 interview, Johnson then said, "Follow your passion and do your best at all times." In 2015, the White House awarded her for the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Barack Obama. The Dedication Award, NASA G. Katherine Johnson Computational Facility, National Geographic Society Hubbard Medal from Johnson and Apollo 11 astronauts in 1969. In 2020, Katherine Johnson died at the age of 101. NASA awarded $11.7 million to 8 historically black colleges and universities. Katherine Johnson's legacy has sent ripples throughout the world for over the past 50 plus years. Now schools and townships have been caught in that effect. Johnson's long line of achievements have become the brightest inspiration of many souls in STEM. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. A quote by Martin Luther King Jr. Katherine Johnson had a content of character that empowered her to be a victor in her profession. Her character was composed of the following values: resilience, innovation, diligence, and perseverance. A special thanks to the Woodson Center for providing a wealth of Black history curriculum. And the Woodson Center celebrates the individual's resilience and excellence and provides a high standard of curriculum to the teachers. At the Men Empowering Nations Black History event, in the time allotment, you will see a fraction of the information available for free. Black History and Excellence. Thank you for your time.